Hello everyone, welcome back to From the Stands. Will Arsenal win the Premier League? It's a hard question to answer, but I feel like a lot of people are going to come back to this video. Maybe they'll laugh, maybe they won't laugh, but I feel like in the shirt that I'm wearing, you know I'm going to have to back my team. However, it wouldn't surprise me if we did bottle it for the third year. Now, I want to talk about this, I want to elaborate on why I think that. So, Arsenal, the last 2 game weeks, right? Well, the last 3 game weeks, we lose to Manchester United, we draw to Nottingham Forest, and we draw to Liverpool. Now, if you're watching this in the future, right, this is a time period for Arsenal where we haven't lost or drawn many games. And, you know, this time right now, this is my mindset at this point in time. If we fucking bottle this again, I am going to be absolutely fuming because we had it. We could have had the Premier League in the palm of our hands, right? And I don't want to be looking back on this at the end of the season and thinking, oh, for fuck, we done it again. We done it again. Obviously, the last season we had many injuries. Season before, don't even ask me what happened there. But this is what's making me think, are Man City going to go on another run? We're going to then lose a couple of games, and then we're going to look back on those other games that we've just drawn to Liverpool, Nottingham Forest and United and think, should we have picked up points there? Definitely. It's going to be like that Aston Villa game that we lost, and we're going to be looking back on that and thinking, oh, you know, we still do look back on that and think, oh, we should have won that game, we would have won the league. But this is why Arsenal fans are quite angry at the minute. People saying they want to sack Arteta, please grow a brain, for fuck's sake. You need to grow a brain, because look at where he's got the club. Even if we don't win a trophy, right, look at where he has got the club. He might not be the right man to do the job in terms of winning trophies, but you can't be saying sack him. Look at where we are, top of the Champions League table, top of the Premier League table still. If that's the case at the end of the season, we don't know, but you have to look at the positives as a fan, and there is a lot of positives to talk about that outweigh the negatives. So you can't hate on Arteta. So the fans that are hating on Arteta, I think you're very stupid, and well, that's quite harsh, but I just think that's so arrogant, you know. So, but back to the topic. Man City have signed Semenyo. Mark Guéhi is a proper defender. I was looking at that Man City side earlier this season and thinking, Ruben Diaz getting a bit old. You know, they were playing Gvardiol at centre-back at some points. Ake, he's not even there anymore, I don't think. There weren't that centre-back that was like Gabriel or Saliba, you know. But Mark Guéhi is a statement. Mark Guéhi is like a proper defender. Mark Guéhi can play as a left centre-back as well. Him next to Ruben Diaz, game changer. Absolute game changer. First game that he comes in, I know it's Wolves, but they don't concede. They have a clean sheet, and I feel like that's going to be a common theme for Man City. Their problems were defensively, not on the attack. So now that their defence is partly sorted, I'm now looking at their attack. Semenyo scored in his first couple games. Haaland obviously is Haaland. Yes, he might be on a dry patch at the minute, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Plus the other players like Doku, Foden's been off form a little bit, Reinders. It could get messy. And, you know, as much as I love this Arsenal team, we need to lock in right now. We actually need to lock in, get results, and then we can calm down a little bit. Because our fans are reactionary right now, but we need to see a response now from Arsenal. We need to go into next game against Leeds, get the win, get a convincing win, and go from there. Every single game, get points, and pray that Man City drop points. Aston Villa are still a talking point as well. Not so much as Man City, though. I think Man City have been here before. They've got a manager that has been here before. Emery's never been in that situation in the Premier League. I don't... no, he hasn't. And I don't think Aston Villa have the squad. Maybe Aston Villa do a Leicester situation and we're completely disregarding Aston Villa. But they are sticking at the top of the table. They are sticking. And considering the beginning of the season, where they were and where they're at now, like, props to Villa as well. I mean, if they go and do it, they go and do it. You know what I mean? As an Arsenal fan, I would be fuming because how have we allowed Villa to win the league before us? But it's a tough situation. Arsenal fans, I want to remain positive this season, but it's really hard. Obviously, when you've lost at home to Man United, first time in like 6 years, so it's not too deep, or like since 2017 even. That's more than that. But it is just, it's hard as an Arsenal fan because we've been here before and we know how it's happened the last 2 years. So it's really difficult to say. But let me know what you think down below. Arsenal fans, how are you feeling?